Session. Well, students, good evening to all of you. So, guys, this is our exam preparation class. This is a part 2 of the class. Paper, name of the paper is Assessment for Learning, right? This is your first paper. Okay. So, first part I have already covered 3-4 days back. Okay. And second part, section B, which is a statistical part and some theoretical part, which we have to cover today. And I have sent you the PDF file. So in today's lecture, we will discuss all the PDF file, right, guys, under the exam preparation class. So, guys, if the students are absent, on that day, so then I'll start my class with the date sheet. You all are aware. Paper 1 is assessment for learning. It is for 3 hours, right? The rest of the paper are of 1.5 hour. Okay. 1.5 hour, and you will get the sheets of, I think, 20 sheets you will get. Okay. Rest of the paper. But the first paper, assessment for learning, it is a 3-hour paper. Okay. So you will get the 36 or 40 sheets. Okay. And you know the criteria. Okay. You have to fill the sheets. Long answer should be of the 7 pages and short for, 2 pages. Right, guys? So date sheet, you are already aware. You have, downloaded from the site. Right, guys? So, and one PPT of assessment and evaluations. This PPT we have already discussed in the last lecture. Okay, this one. Okay, regarding this, if you have missed the first part, okay, notes I have already shared with you. If you have missed the first part, so you can go to my YouTube channel and you can check the video of the first part. Right, guys? Today I will discuss the second part. Okay, this notes I have already sent to you. Okay, assessment for learning, section B. So, guys, I'm starting from this PDF file of, I think, 42 pages. Okay, I have shared with you. So I start from here, from the syllabus. This is our syllabus. Okay. So I always say that you should have knowledge about the syllabus, right, guys? So this is your syllabus. Section A, guys, we have already covered. Okay. Basically, it is a very easy paper. There are 3 sections in a section A, nothing else. You can see that. Okay. So because this is our exam preparation class, so under this class, we'll talk about strategy. We will talk about which questions we have to attempt. This one we will talk. So guys, in a section A, I have already told you, you have to, do the first part and go for the third part. Okay. But if you prepare well, continuous and comprehensive evaluation and assessment and evaluation, you can see the syllabus na. Okay, little bit I increase the font size. Yes, now it is okay, right? So you can see that assessment and evaluation, he is talking about, syllabus is talking about meaning of assessment and evaluation, purposes, diagnostic, formative and summative evaluations, right? So first part is a very easy. I have given you the notes. Okay, so you can go for the first part. Okay, because 2 questions you have to do now under a section A. Section A, 4 questions would come. Out of a 4, you have to attempt 2. So first we have to, finish our, we have to see which 2 questions we have to attempt. Later on, we will go for this. And second questions, 100% you will get the questions from continuous and comprehensive evaluation, CCE. Okay, so it is very easy. Dekho, he is asking about only concept, significance, merits and limitation. So very, very good notes I have already sent to you. Okay, the concept is clear about continuous and comprehensive evaluation. If you have read the notes, so I have explained thoroughly about the continuous evaluation and characteristics of a continuous evaluation, then comprehensive evaluation. CCE is word comes from continuous and comprehensive. What is the meaning of a continuous? What is the meaning of a comprehensive? Because it is talking about all 3 domain of learning: cognitive domain, affective domain and cognitive domain, psychomotor domain. Okay, you have to refer under a CCE. Then concept, significance and merits. Then guys, you have to come for this part. This part is although easy, Okay, so matlab you can make the plan according to yourself, but according to my opinion, go for the first part and third part. Then after that, okay, then go for this part for the short answer. Okay, this part is talking about which is a shaded. This part is talking about tools of evaluation and assessment. Right? Assessment or evaluations क्या चीज है? Assessment and evaluation basically that is used to assess the learning outcome of the individual, personality of the individual, how well your student is going into the class. Okay, we have assessment and evaluation. Okay, and the tools for assessment and evaluations are, these are the tools, guys. पहला tool है, the first tool is assignment, second tool है project, थर्ड टूल है टेस्ट, नथिंग एल्स. टेस्ट का आगे बाइफर्केशंस है, ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप टेस्ट है और ऐसे टाइप टेस्ट है. उनका आपको मेरिट्स बताना है, लिमिटेशंस यू हैव टू टॉक, देन काइंड ऑफ टेस्ट आइटम्स एंड ऑरल टेस्टिंग. It is also simple. I have shared the notes with you, right? So first part we are done. Now guys, we talk about the section B. Section B में what will happen? First part is a statistics part. Okay, right? So one numerical questions you will get, 100% numerical questions would come. In the last paper you can see the paper, the question, easy questions come. In the last year paper you can see, very easy questions came about the median. You have to find out the median का formula लगा दो, right? L1 पहले lower limit होती है median का formula, plus n divided by 2 minus cf divided by I divided by f divided by frequency into y. Okay, I'll share that notes I have made it with you. But in the last lecture, I have given you the one tip. The tip was you should attempt the theoretical part of this, because one question would come from theoretical questions would also come. In a sections B, what will happen? There are two sections, na, 1 and 2. You can see that this one, which I have bolded, examination reforms hai, और second hai statistical tools and techniques. Two questions come from here, two questions come from here. So guys, what you have to do? Okay, go for the theoretical part. Why I'm emphasizing on the theoretical part? Because when you attempt a numerical part, if any of the value goes wrong, whole of the 10 marks would be deducted. But in the theoretical part, it is a safer side. Okay, you can write it and you will get a very good marks. Otherwise, okay, you are getting your two questions, full-fledged two questions from the examinations reform. 100% the questions come flexibility in the examination. Okay, what is the flexibility in the examination? What is the normal distribution? What is the credit system? Okay, question is coming from here. Flexibility in examinations, because the topic is examination reform. You know that 10 year back, 20 year back, there was very difficult examination. Student used to give the very difficult examinations, and the result was many students were going on, they are not getting good marks, right? So however, with the passage of time, there is a flexibility in the examination. What is the flexibility in the examination? Now the education system has become child-centered. Okay, means we have to give the options to the student, how you have to give the paper. This is called the examinations reform. Flexibility in the examination. Whenever a student is prepared, he or she can give the exam. There is a no fixed criteria. After 1 year, you have to give the exam. And you have seen that in the last 10, 12 years, many modes have come. Distance mode, guys, has come. And have you learned about distance mode 20 years back, 15 years back, right? So distance mode has come. NIOS system has come. National Institute of a Open School System. There is a one board, Punjab School Education Board, Haryana Board, from where we do the 8th class, 10th class, CBSE board, ICSE board. But guys, there is another board also. NIOS board. So these all board are recognized and affiliated. Okay, you cannot see that CPSC is a very good from the National Institute of Open Learning. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. You are the persons, you are labeling that, right? ICSE वाला बेस्ट है, पंजाब वाला बेस्ट है, हरियाणा वाला बेस्ट है, CBSE board is best, right? So there are so many mode has come, so many board has come, right? So from those boards, okay, you can take the admissions, you can select your subject according to your choice, whatever the subject is easy. And you have seen that some subjects like mathematics is difficult for many of the students, but from the National Institute of Open Learning System, okay, you can avoid the mathematics subject, you can do the other subjects also. This is called flexibility in examination, right? So two questions you will definitely come, guys, from here, okay? Because 2-3 questions are long questions can become from these sections, right? Flexibility, quality and range of a question. ये देखिए, one question from school based credit system. We will do in detail in today's lecture. We will discuss all the 40-42 pages which I have shared with you of section B. ये देखिए, alternative modes of examinations. Even guys, when you talk about NIOS board and other, if you thoroughly studied the national new education policy 2020, तो उसमें भी तो यही है, right? Up to first class or second class there is a no exam, right? And you know what is happening, and after the 10th, after the 7th, there is a vocationalization course is added. After 10th or after +2, he or she can do graduation from any of the subject. He can take one science subject, he can take one art subject, right? So yes, such kind of a labeling now we are doing that, okay? Otherwise whole of the education system has become child centered, okay? Always, many times in my class I have told you, buildings, you are looking about the school buildings, not top level buildings, you are looking about the expert teachers, you are looking about the so much uh, uh, effective curriculum and a lot of things. But guys, you have to remember, if this whole thing means everything in the education system, everything in the teaching learning process, if whole system is a movie, for example, is a drama, so then guys, child is the hero of the drama, right? So everything is made for the student, everything is made for children, right? School building, expert teacher, everything. Child is not made for them. Well, what does it mean? It means if we are not achieving our this aim, we are not developing the personality of the student holistically, then what is the use of such kind of a building? What is the use of expert teachers? Now, what is our goal? Our goal is not to make a top level building, not to appointment of the expert teachers, right? The purpose is that we have to, the aim of education is that we have to develop the personality of the child fully and freely, right? There should be a harmonious development. Similarly guys, aap ye dekho, from last 10 to 20 years back, 15 years back, examination system was so difficult. Now I'm talking about examination reform, okay, under a sections B. Now examination system, there is a lot of reform in the examination system. You can do the examination system of your choice. Even now in the universities B, matlab ab from last months I have come to know that lot of facilities universities providing to these students, like exit matlab he or she can exit according to himself or herself, and then again he can or she can enroll herself or himself in the same class, okay? This is available in the new education policy also, right guys? So now we have to do two long questions, so we will get from examinations reform, as well as two questions we will get from statistics part. But Under the statistics part, one questions we will get numerical and one theoretical. Okay. So I have told you, talk about, go for the theoretical one. Okay. Because uh, percentage, percentile rank, okay, it is a very easy. Graphical presentation is given, frequency distribution, central tendency. Under the central tendency, there are three measures of a central tendency: mean, median, and mode. And then normal distribution or standard score. Okay, if you have the copy and pen, you can underline and note down now whatever I'm discussing, right guys? So guys, what will happen? Okay, examiner can ask the questions from you know measure of central tendency, mean, median, and mode. Okay, normal distributions, last time question has come. I open the questions paper of the last year. Okay, so that you will come to know that. Okay, in the last year, what type of a question has, which type of a questions came. ये देखिए guys, right? तो ये 4 questions we are done, and ये देखो numerical question has come, right? अब ये जो 6th है, ये देखो, what is a frequency distribution? Discuss the steps involved in the formation of a frequency distribution. It is a easy question, very easy question, right? Frequency distribution ही आपको बनानी है. You should learn steps. It is a very easy. I have made a notes. You can check my notes. Okay. First of all, I have defined what is a frequency distribution, and after that I have made a heading how you have to, what are the steps involved in the frequency distribution. Okay, you can see that ना. अब ये देखो next, फिर आप देखिए, see the 7th question. Means this question has come from the statistics part, and this question also come from the stat part. Merit and demerits of median, right? वही central tendency. The measure of central tendencies are mean, median, and mode. Just we will discuss. Okay, abhi just I'm showing you the syllabus, and strategies we are define how we have to do, what type of questions would come. So ye dekho guys, so you can underline central tendency theoretical questions you must do, all of you. Okay, what is the central tendency? What are the measure of central tendency? Mean, median, and mode. What are the merits and demerits of mean, median, and mode? Okay, definitely you will get the questions over there after 2 days. Then types of a standard score. Okay, so then I will uh, discuss with you about what are the standard score, what is the meaning of a standard score, what are the types of a standard score, how standard scores is required. Okay, we will do that. ये देख सकते हैं, 2 questions have come from the statistics part. Okay, ये देखो, this question has come from the examinations reform part. What is the meant by school based credits? Discuss their advantages and disadvantages. So here you have to talk about the credit system. What are the uses of a credit system? Okay, how it is a beneficial. Then you have to talk about advantages of a credit system and disadvantages of a credit system. Even same questions ही आ जाएगा, देख लेना, right? क्योंकि और तो questions कोई बनता भी नहीं है. उसके बाद in the notes, okay, 9th questions भी मैंने, okay, if you see that, all of the questions I have solved for you. Meaning of assessment, purpose, demerits, each and everything, right guys? So you have seen the last year paper and syllabus, right guys? तो आपको मेरे ख्याल से अभी ना, you have learned about the syllabus. Okay, under the statistics part, percentage, percentile rank, graphical presentation of data or performance, frequency distribution. Okay, then central tendency, normal distribution and standard score, or examination reform we are just discussed. Okay, so guys, now directly I move to the PDF file. Okay, so we will discuss this all things today, right? All things, basically 4 or 5 questions, and we will discuss. These 4 or 5 questions will cover your section B, whole of the section B, right? 4 or 5 questions. Along with, we will discuss the 10 questions from the section C according to the last year paper. Okay, So from that way, we will cover our 100%, syllabus. Okay. So, okay, we start the lecture from here. Lecture part 2, assessment for learning. Okay. So last year paper, the question has come, write notes on the following merits and demerits of median. Okay. But here I want to start my lecture from the scratch. Okay. Because median, mode and mean, they are the measurement of central tendency. Okay. So guys, you should know about central tendency also. Okay. So I'll start this lecture from central tendency. Then I will come from mean, median and mode. Okay. So this part would automatically be covered. Okay. So I start with central tendency. So it is written at the end of you can see at the end part. Okay. From here. It is on page number. You can see that now it is has bolded. Now it is in the last. Okay, you can check the notes. Okay, heading I have given the additional notes, assessment for learning. Okay, so I'll start my lecture from here. Okay, so that you will come to know about everything from starting point. Even in our questions paper, in our syllabus, you can see that section B start from the statistics. Okay, guys. So we start with the statistics. So guys, the question arises, what is statistics? Why we need the statistics? What is the role of statistics in teaching learning process? How, statistics is beneficial for education system, teaching learning process. So first of all, we talk about the statistics. Okay. So statistics basically, the meaning of a statistics is that it is used to describe the principles and method which are employed in collection, presentation, analysis, and interpretations of data. Okay. Again, what is a statistics? Statistics is a branch of mathematics which gives language to figure. क्या बात है? बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है, देखो लाइन. This is a very much important line. Statistics is the branch of the mathematics which gives language to figure or imparts meaning to numerals. Numerical figures मुश्किल लगती है ना, but statistics क्या करती है? What it does, it gives language to numerical figures, right? Guys, if you can learn, so you can learn the definitions of Boyle. He has said statistics may be called the science of counting. Questions can come from the statistics also, right? Statistics may be called as a science of counting. Again, the Boyle has said statistics may be called science of averages, right? Okay. Croxton and Cotton has said that statistics may be defined as the science of collection, presentation, analysis, and interpretations of a numerical data. All right, guys, देखो ना, when you conduct a test, है ना, being teachers, you have conducted a test to the 7th class student, 8th class student. Okay, so student have given the examinations, you have checked the answer sheets, they have got the numerical mark, है ना. So ultimately what happens? So based upon the marks, है ना, who has got the highest marks, you give that, है ना, you say assign that this is a first division he has got, second division, third division. So basically when you make the report card and you write the first division is got by this candidate, Anna. So basically based upon the statistics, if you have the knowledge of a statistics, you can give the language to the numerical figures, right? So now we talk about statistics. You have come to know statistics means averages, right? Statistics is a branch of mathematics which gives the language to the figure, and basically the purpose of a statistics is defined as a science of collection, presentation, analysis, and interpretations of a data. These 4 steps हैं, you have to remember. Okay. For example, whatever we want to, suppose we want to check the personality of the student, We want to check the IQ level of the student. So what we do, guys, we have the questionnaire, we have the standardized test, है we give to the student. The student write the test. So what we are doing that we are collecting the responses ना. देखो first word आ गया ना, collection. Then we present, then we analysis what he has written, then we interpret the results. So these four parts you have to remember. Statistics may be defined as the science of collection, presentation, analysis, and interpretations of numerical data. Okay, which the shaded part na, whatever I am discussing na, shaded part I am discussing. Okay, you have to remember. Okay, now I have shaded the branch of statistics. Then I'm talking about branches of statistics. Okay, so basically broadly now there are two type of statistics. Always you have to remember. One is descriptive statistics, one is inferential statistics. Okay, inferential statistics is not in your syllabus. Okay, well, when you will promote in MEd and others na, MEd में आएगी ये. Okay, B.Ed level में you have the descriptive statistics. Okay, descriptive statistics means which describes the numbers, which describes the figure, but in the form of graphical form, either in the chart or graph. This is called descriptive. Or inferential means which gives inferences, which gives a result. Okay, so whatever in our syllabus we will talk descriptive statistics. Okay, under a section B, whatever you are looking now, central tendency, mean, median, mode, percentile, this is called the descriptive statistics. Got the point? So what is the descriptive statistics? Descriptive statistics means through graph or table or chart or numerical calculations, we present the data. Okay, matlab we have the numerical data with the help of a chart, graph. Okay, we present the data. This is called the descriptive statistics. Okay, so what are the nature and characteristics of statistics? So I think you have come to know, है science of, well, main point I am discussing. Okay, rest of the part, guys, you have to learn. I have made a notes for you. Okay, my purpose is to clear your concept here. Okay, so nature and characteristics of statistics, I think you have come to know. It is a science of observation, collecting the data, right? It helps the process of interpretation, prediction, and decision making. Okay. Now, uses of statistics in education. Sometimes these short questions come. Uses of statistics in education. Okay. Now, what we do, without padena, we discuss. Okay. I ask the questions from you. What is the use of statistics in education? So, guys, whatever we are doing that, we have the 30 students in the class. We have the roll number this. You have conducted a test. Student has got different of a numbers. ये सब चीजें क्या हैं? This is a statistics. Everything is a statistics, right? We start our school 8 o'clock. We finish the school 2 o'clock. Okay, we have the lecture of a 35 minutes. After some time, we have a break. This is a statistics, na? This is based upon a statistics. If you don't know the statistics, na, you cannot make a timetable also, right? So this is a very much necessary. Even if you see that in our daily life, guys, we are doing the statistics. What time we have to, wake up? What time we have to go to the school? What is our budget? What is our salary? These all things are statistics. If you are a good in statistics, then you can manage yourself very good, right? Effectively, right? I'm telling you true. So you should have this knowledge, right? Basically mathematics, and it is a branch of a mathematics. Okay, but here we are talking about what is the use of a statistics in education. Everything we are counting, this is a game of a numbers. Even life is a game of a numbers. If you know the numbers, right? So guys, you are a good teacher also. Even you are an effective teacher also if you have this quality also, having the knowledge of a statistics in education. So ye sara ka sara you can learn that, right? Establishing statistical record, comparing the result of one system of evaluation with another system of evaluation. This is a statistics now, right? All things you can learn that, right? अब नाउ व्हाट आर द बेसिक टर्म्स इन स्टैटिस्टिक्स? डेटा, डेटा क्या चीज है? व्हाट इज द डेटा? द टर्म डेटा denotes evidence or a facts describing a group by situations and from which references or conclusions are drawn. However, data in is the base of all operation in statistics. So data आपको पता है, even in the when we talk about the computer ना, तो data is the most important, है ना? So we are talking about, we are dealing with the data in a statistics, है ना? In a simple sense, we have to understand what is the data. Basically, data denotes evidences, facts, data describing something. Okay, when you are conducting a test of 30 students, so 30 data you have, right? Now you have to convert that data into meaningful informations by working on that data, by analyzing, interpreting of the result. How you will analyze and interpret of a result? By using the statistical tools and techniques. What are the statistical tools and techniques? What are the statistical tools and techniques? सेंट्रल टेंडेंसी, मीन, मीडियन, मोड. आप यही है सिलेबस में आपका. अदरवाइज तो और भी होते हैं, कोरिलेशंस है, रिग्रेशंस है, राइट, एनोवा है, एनकोवा है, बट इट इज नॉट इन योर सिलेबस. तो टूल्स ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स इन योर सिलेबस इज मीन, मीडियन, मोड, परसेंटाइल, right? This is only, right? Now we talk about types of data. So guys, basically there are two types of a data. One is a numerical data, one is a qualitative data. Okay, suppose you want to check the, you want to study the behavior of the teacher, behavior of the student. Okay, so if you want to check the behavior of the student, do you think that you are doing any numerical calculation? How you will check the behavior of your student? By observing. You are observing your student. Okay, so if you want to check the intelligence level, personality, attitude of student, such type of things, if you are doing, you should do, being teacher. We have already discussed in assessment and evaluation, you should do that. Okay, if we are doing such things, so this is called, guys, qualitative data, right? So if we are doing the any numerical figures, okay, so it is means, this is called quantitative data. Qualitative data means if we want to check the, intelligence, honesty, wisdom, creativity, which we can, isko simple sense में कैसे आपको, you have to learn. Qualitative data can be assessed and observed, but not measured. Okay? Quantitative data में we can use the word measured, right? Because now we use the numerical tools, mean, median, and mode. Okay. Up, guys, we talk about the measure of central tendency under the statistics part, the first part. Okay, what is measure of central tendency? वही है what we have talked about statistics. Statistics means averages. Sanna Bowley has said that statistics means it is a science of averages. Similarly, central tendency means we talk about averages. Okay, what are the objectives of measuring central tendency? To present a brief picture of data. What is central tendency? You have come to know na. What is central tendency? Average nikalna. What is average? So guys, if you are inferences the average, okay, average आप निकाल रही हो, तो naturally it will brief picture of the data. You have lot of data, okay, but you are putting up the average. So naturally बात है, the first objective or importance is that to present a brief picture of data. It is essential for comparison. Okay, helps in decision making, formulation of a policies. Objective of measuring central tendency. Okay, तो एक definitions है, if you can learn, तो you can learn. Okay, Clark की कर सकती हैं. It is a simple, an average is a figure that represents the whole group. Okay, so it is all about average. So I go directly on this point, measure of central tendency. Okay, so guys, अब measure आ गया word. Okay, what are the measures of central tendency? मतलब average को measure करने के लिए what are the tools we have under a central tendency? So we have mean, median, and mode, right? these are the measures of central tendency. Central tendency means average. If you have 100 students, average is 50, right? So उन 50 average को how you measure? By mean, median and mode. Okay, because this is the important. Now one theoretical questions you have to learn. Okay, already I have told you. तो mean क्या चीज है, median क्या चीज है, mode क्या चीज है? It all are talking about averages, but guys, here you have to remember median is the, here you have to learn, if you want the exact average, okay, then you use the median. Okay, mean भी average निकालते हैं. Mode क्या चीज है? Mode is a most frequently number in the data series. Okay, you can learn here central tendency. You can see the graph under the central tendency, mean, median, mode. And guys, we start from the mean. You can see that, okay, uses of mean is given, right? Merits of mean is given, demerits are given. Okay, ये देखिए merits के अंदर mean तो पहले पता लगी क्या आपको, right? Mean means average. For a common man, average means the arithmetic mean. Okay, nothing else. Right? Because mean, median, mode comes from the central tendency. Central tendency means average. So then to measure the averages, we have the three things: mean, median, and mode talks about the averages. But under the averages, we also talk about the exact average. Exact. For example, 20 divided by 7. 20 divided by 7 क्या होता है? 6 तो नहीं होता ना? 20 divided by 3. So 3 6 are 18. Right? So you know exact answer is 20 minus 18, 2 बचा, फिर 0 लगाएंगे तो 3.3 आ गया. तो exact average talks about the median. Okay, so merits क्या है? What are the merits of a mean? Mean is the most popular central tendency as it is easy to understand, easy to calculate. Okay, includes all scores of a distributions. Right, ये demerits भी आप देख लेना इसके. अब आ गया median. Median is another measure of a central tendency. It is a positional average because its value is determined with reference to its position. Okay, the important point under the median is that, ये देखिए, median is defined as a point on the distribution below which 50% cases and above 50% cases lies. Uses of a median में you can see that, you can underline this line. When the exact midpoint of the distribution is needed, then you use the median. 50% point is wanted. Because in some cases ना point भी value रखता है ना, in some cases. Mean तो average बता देगा. It talks about the average. But if you want the exact average, then you use the median. Right, guys? Because it depends upon different studies where we use the exact average, where we use the normal average, है ना? हमारा काम चल जाएगा, right? अब ये merits of median आ गया, demerits of median, mode. Mode is the most frequently number in the series. Uses of a mode है और merits of a mode it is written. Okay, so it depends upon the situations what you want. Okay. Okay, now guys we move to the the very first page. Okay, yes, we start from here now actually. Right, write the note of the following. Okay, merits and demerits of a median. You can see that this question has come in the last year. This one, we are talking about the 6 questions. Okay, here we have to discuss in this class 6th question, 7th, 8th, 9th. Okay, so first I'm talking about the 6 questions, merits and demerits of median. Then I'll talk about types of standard scores. Then we'll talk about frequency distribution, right? Merits and demerits of a median you have come to know because we have discussed about central tendency in detail, right, guys? So वही चीजें हैं, whatever written over there. So ये I have made in notes for you, right, guys? Okay. The second question was standard score, है ना? You can see that. ये देखिए, है ना? This we are done. Types of a standard score, है ना? We are doing this. Standard score. Types of standard score. So first of all, we should know about the standard score. So guys, here आपको you have to remember what is a standard score. Standard score is it is a number basically. Okay. So for example, you say that कि you are conducting a test, and in a test, if the student gets the 60% marks, okay, so then they would be promoted. Okay, या जो भी है, you want to say that, मतलब they would be given prizes if you got a 60% marks. So that 60% marks is a standard score, right? So then a standardized test या score is usually, you can see that under this definition, under the definition of a standard score, a standardized test score is usually represented a number indicating that how well a child performed on an assessment. On a standard score, sometimes होता ना, principal, management, CBSE define this is a standard score. Every student has to take that standard score, है ना? Otherwise they would not be appointed, promoted into the next class, right? So there are a number of different types of a score used in educational setting. Test score can either be norm referenced, comparing kids to the other same age. Okay, so then we use the norm reference score. Criterion reference score we use when we are assessing a child performance on a specific task. ये types are ये standard scores. Okay, then learning disabilities are often diagnosed. If the student having the learning disability, okay, so they are often diagnosed and assessed using a norm based norm reference score, right? Norm reference score क्या है? Comparing kids to the other same age. This is a standard score, na? Ana, we age of of having the 4 years. So we compare the 4-year student with the other 4-year student in case of a learning disability, and this is called the norm referenced. Okay, under the criterion reference, we assess a child performance on a specific task. Okay, naturally we see na, according to that, these types of a score estimate whether student scores are above average, average or below average compared to his peers. Test results are often used to gauge how well a child is doing and decide if a child need extra help in specific area, right? So guys, here na I have given an example why standard score. Okay, aap isko padh lena. Okay, the concept would be more clear to you. Okay, why standard score? Okay, then ये definition है standard score की, and here one thing you have to remember. First तो ना you have come to know standard score is a particular number, है ना? This is our particular number, है ना? Standardized by someone. Okay, and second, this is the most important, Z score, the Z score we called as a standardized score, and the formula to obtain the standard score is तो Z is equal to x minus m divided by SD. m यहाँ पर mean है, SD यहाँ पर standard deviation है, x आपके पास raw score है. Okay, this is important. If you write that, you will get a good marks. Okay, if you write this formula, right? अब advantages of standard scores I have written. Types of standard scores, ये सारे types of standard scores हैं. Percentile, Z score, T score, है ना? You can write that, and by 1 or 2 lines में ना you can write the definitions. Types of standard score, Stenial score, scaled score. Okay, तो ये 2-3 questions हैं, simple I have written. Okay, you can go through that. Okay, the concept would be clear to you. Then I have made a notes on standardized test, meaning characteristics and uses of a standardized test. So ये standardized test, here I'm talking about test, scale and questionnaires. Okay, so what the CV Good has said about standardized test, characteristics of a standardized test, uses of a standardized test, done about because it was 3 marks question only. That was a you can see in the paper, ye dekhiye, types of a standard score. Okay, now we are discussing the long question. Second is a, which one? It is graphical presentations of data. This we are done. You can see that guys, ये कहाँ पे है? Graphical representations of data. ये last to last year paper में आपके आया हुआ है शायद. Okay, you can see that this questions, graphical presentations of a data Discuss any one method of graphical presentations of a grouped data. Okay, under the statistical part है ना, graphical presentations of a data, right? So the answer is graphical presentation of a data is an attractive method of showcasing numerical data that help in analyzing and representing quantitative data visually. This is called graphical presentation of a data. In a simple sense, I explain you. You conduct a test in the class. Student have got different marks. Okay, roughly you write on the paper. Okay, when you make the report card, principal says that I do not need any numerical these things. I need the report card. है ना, मेरे सामने हो. I want to say that. Okay, what is the progress of your school? So basically, what you do that numerical data, you represents the numerical data in the form of chart, in the form of graph. This is called graphical representation of data, right guys? ये देखो, to represent quantitative data visually. Quantitative means numerical data. आप numerical data को how you can visually represent with the help of a graph, with the help of a chart. You represent the data graphically, right? This is called graphical presentations of data. Yeah, representations of a data. Okay, this is the important line. A graphical representation is a visual representation of a data, statistics based result using graphs, plots and charts. Right? आपने ना, you have seen that ना, bar diagram, right? Chart, pie chart, ना, you know, line graph. It talks about trending, ना, whether if you see that, right, in the form of a graph, right? Otherwise, so quantitative data, so it is a very difficult for you, ना, to decode the quantitative data. So when we represent the or present the numerical data in the form of a graphs like chart or graphs, tables, this is called graphical representations of a data. Okay, concept is clear guys, graphical presentations of a data. Now, second part is that discuss any one method of graphical presentations of a group data. देखो, uses of a graphical presentations of a data, है ना, this is a use you can, you know, learn that. Advantages and disadvantages of a graphical presentations of a data, right? Now, types, method of a graphical presentations of a data. So here you have to talk about bar diagram, histogram, जो भी आपको दो चार आपको, if you know about, you know, this is a graph या chart you know about. Okay, so I have explained that, क्योंकि उसने पूछा ना any of, right? So 3 or 4 I have explained guys, right? Bar diagram or a bar graph. Okay, bar diagram or a bar graph, also known as a column graph, and it is a pictorial representation of a data, right? In bar diagram, the data is presented by bars. Okay, directly I show you now, you will come to know that. ये देखिए, this is called the bar diagram, right? So here देखो ना, we have come to know basketball वाले 15 हैं persons, volleyball वाले 25, football वाले, you know, around 10 के आसपास हैं student. This is called, right? And you know, I have given the example. ये स्पोर्ट्स है, बास्केटबॉल नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट 15, वॉलीबॉल नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट 25, फुटबॉल नंबर ऑफ स्टूडेंट 10, राइट? अब इसको, you know, this is a numerical data, so I have presented in the form of a graph, so it is easy to decode. So we have come to know that basketball this one, volleyball this, football this. So ये this thing you have to learn. Bar diagram or a bar graph, it is also called the column graph, and it is a pictorial representations of a data. In bar diagram or a graph, the data is represented by bars. वो bars हैं, right? And second, I have explained for you histogram, right? Histogram होता है a two-dimensional graphical presentations of a continuous frequency distribution is called a histogram. Okay, directly I show you the histogram. ये देखिए, you can see that, right? On this side histogram, this side bar chart. The difference is gaps guys, bus only. Okay, histogram में within a bars now there is no gap, right? Histogram and bar chart. Okay. Next, एक और I have explained for you frequency polygon. You can learn anyone. Okay. Frequency polygon. It is a basically a line graph which talks about trends. है ना, where the trend is going. Okay. You can see that. ये देखिए test scores. Right. And last line graph. ये this is talking about the trend. This is talking about the trend. And frequency polygon. Polygon is a line graph for the graphical representation of a frequency distribution. It is a graphical form of a representation of a data. The frequency polygon is almost identical to a histogram. Frequency polygon is almost identical to the histogram. Okay. Fourth one is the line graph, which talks about the latest trends. Okay. So this is the latest trend. ओके तो क्वेश्चंस में तो पूछा गया कोई भी एनी, तो एनी कोई भी वन और टू यू कैन लर्न दैट. ओके, ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशंस ऑफ ए डेटा. इफ यू डिफाइन टू और थ्री तो देन इट इज आल्सो ओके. ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज मेंट बाय स्कूल बेस्ड क्रेडिट? डिस्कस देयर एडवांटेजेस एंड डिसएडवांटेजेस. Under this questions guys, you have to talk about what is the uses of a credit system. What are the beneficial benefit of the credit system for the student, then advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so you can see that in a very first line, the credit system in education is a standard used to measure and assess student work and effort during their educational program. Throughout, meaning behind the system is to meet the requirement of every student in order to stay up with the advancement in education method in India and abroad, right? So you have to talk about, CBSE ne dekho, CBSE at the school level helps the student explore different career courses for their college. The subject in choice-based credit system are provided in the different categories: core subject, elective, or skill, right? So you have to talk about credit-based, choice-based credit system by the CBSE, and what are the features of this credit system. How does it work? It works in the form of semester, credit system, credit transfer. और ये तो grades है ना, you know that ना. आजकल in the DMCs वगैरह में instead of the marks grades are given. Okay, so this is a credit based system. तो आपको you have to talk about the credit based system. Then what are the advantages of a credit based system? क्या हो रहा था? What is happening earlier ना? We are giving the marks. Some students are got 98% marks, some students got 95, some students got 90, some students got suppose 93. So these all come under the, you can say outstanding. Okay, if we have to give the credit, so we will give O. Otherwise, we give 98, 97, 96. So then there is a so much now, we are labeling that. If the student has got the 98% marks, he is intelligent, then the 96% marks. What is the meaning of that, guys? Stop, labeling this. We have to give the grades, not the marks, right? So we can define with this is a grade. So automatically we'll come to know that. So this is you can say that this is a one benefit of that. Okay. So ये सारे advantages इसके अंदर we have written, right? And what are the disadvantages of credit based system? Additional advantages and disadvantages you can learn that in the next pages also. Okay, yes, last questions हम करते हैं, fourth वाला. What is flexibility in examination? Under the examination reform, what is the flexibility in examination? Explain the elements of a flexibility in examination. Even in the starting I have explained you, right? Means under this answer, under this question, we have to give our answer. We have to talk about different flexibility mode of examination. Okay, so flexibility allows student to get to know themselves better and schedule their learning schedule accordingly. This means that the time their focus is high and their capability of retaining information is significant is when they will start their learning. In time, it will lead to to them having better result. So guys, means matlab we have to give choice to the system. Okay, we have to give choice to the student. There is a not fixed period. You can give the exams according to your choice. For example, you are doing the B.Ed. Okay, your B.Ed is semester 1, 2, 3, 4. If you skip some of the exam in semester 1, 2, it doesn't mean after 2 year completing of a B.Ed, then you have to give the semester 1 exam. You can give your semester 1 exam in the with the semester 3 also. Got it now? So this is a flexibility in examination reforms now, right? So you can see that under the heading of ये देखिए ये सारे benefits हैं of flexibility in examination. Question था ना हमारा flexibility in examination. What are the benefits of flexibility in examination? ये देखो. Under the elements of flexibility in the examinations, I have explained alternate exam format, accommodation for disabilities. अगर स्टूडेंट्स कुछ डिसेबल हैं तो यूनिवर्सिटी और कॉलेजेस स्कूल है ना दे शुड गिव द accommodation. They have to accommodate, है ना. You have seen that कोई विजुअली है या कोई हेयरिंग है तो such kind of facility are provided to the special educator students. Okay, rescheduling options, clear policies and procedures. तो ये सब चीजें हैं, राइट. फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इन एग्जामिनेशंस है ना, यू कैन लर्न दैट. ओवरऑल द लास्ट हम लाइन पढ़ते हैं, क्या है ओवरऑल पर्पस ऑफ flexibility in examination is promote fairness, equity and student success. Equity is the most important line, most important word, equity, right? So equity and equality. Okay, equity here doesn't means equality, guys, right? If you remember in our I think second semester now, so we have the topic equity and equality. Okay, equity means different students having different needs, so we have to fulfill their needs. Some students needs of, for example, 100 rupees, other doesn't, other having a needs of a 200 rupees, then we have to give, for example, we have to give 200 rupees to that student, 100 rupees to that student. This is called equity. Okay, and equality means we are giving 100 rupees to every person, every student. Okay, so equity means every student, if some students are disabled, some students are disadvantages, and some students are slow learner, so then guys we have to give 4 hours to those students, not the 3 hours. 3 hour examinations we have to conduct for a normal student. If there is a slow learner having, there is some problem in the hand, learning disorder, so then all kind of a students comes under the learning disabilities or disadvantaged students, and we have to give extra time to them. This is called the equity. So this is important. Overall, the purpose of a flexibility in examination is to promote fairness, equity and student success. Okay, okay. एक क्वेश्चन और था हमारा लास्ट. What is the frequency distribution? Discuss the steps involved in the frequency distribution. Okay, frequency distributions क्या होती है? Frequency distribution is a table that display the frequency of various outcomes in a sample. Each entry in the table contains the frequency or count the occurrence of the value within a particular group or interval. And in this way, the table summarizes the distribution of a value in the sample. Guys, here you have to learn the word frequency distribution. I show the frequency distribution. This is called the frequency distribution. Okay. See that frequency distribution. For example, you have conducted a one test. So you have the 40 students in your class, right? 40 students in your class. Out of a 40 students, 10 students has got more than 90% marks, right? 10 student has got near 80% marks. 10 students has got near about 60% marks. The rest of the 10 student has got marks between 40 to 50. So you will make something now. So this is called the frequency distribution. You will make the class interval. right? 60 to 70, 60 to 70 how many student has got, 70 to 80 how many student has got, बस उसी के आपको step you have to remember, right? I have made a, what is a frequency distribution? Discuss the steps involved in the format of a frequency distribution. ये frequency distributions की definitions है, ये steps आगे. Step 1 में what you will do? ये देखो, you will find the highest score and the lowest score naturally. तभी हम बनाएंगे frequency distribution. Then determine the range which is the highest score. Step 2, what we have to do? Step 3, then step 4, step 5, right? Frequency distributions. So I think all the 4 or 5 questions we are discussed, right? You can see that, frequency distribution, discuss the steps involved in the frequency distributions, huh? Right? And under 7th, we are talked about merits and demerits of median. Also, we have discussed standardized score. And then 8th also, what is meant by school-based system? You can see, discuss their advantages and disadvantages. Right? Now we talk about, 9th questions. Okay. So these are the 10 questions, right, guys? So you can see that the first question is meaning of assessment. If you remember in the last lecture, Anna, we discussed a lot about the assessment. So first questions you can learn from that notes, right, guys? So we have already discussed. Okay. Even you can watch my, last video, right, guys, on my YouTube channel. Okay. Purpose of a diagnostic assessment, ye bhi we have already discussed. Demerits of a essay type test. If you remember, under the test, under the tools of assessment, we talked about project test. Then we talk about essay type test, objective type test. Then merits and demerits of already, we are done in the previous notes. You can see that, and we have discussed in detail. Limitations of a project as a tool of assessment. Questions भी था आया था short questions. है ना? Questions क्या था? Project as a tool of assessment. So under that you can see that, limitation. Fifth question is significance of a continuous and comprehensive evaluations. I know that throughout, we discuss about continuous and comprehensive evaluation, and significance. So you can see that from last notes. Demerits of a mode. Today we have covered about the mode, under the merits and demerits. Okay. Quality of question as an examination reform. So under the examination reform, you can see that. Okay. Rest of the 3-4 questions, guys, I have explained to you. Method of finding the midpoint of the class interval. कोई भी class interval है, for example, 10 to 15. So what would be the midpoint? तो ये तो naturally है ना, 10 plus 15 divided by 2, right? ये देखो, with the example I have explained. Okay, so with the kuch tables, okay, you can little bit you can stretch these questions. Okay, midpoint of a class interval, right, guys? Well, 1-2 examples you can give that, right? A question, some meaning of a normal distribution. So normal distribution we have covered in the long questions. So otherwise in the short I have covered. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution. ये उसका नाम है mathematicians का, right? This is the name of a mathematicians, Gaussian, right? इसने he designed, he discovered, he talked about normal distributions curve, NPC, right? So normal distribution, also known as a Gaussian distribution, is a probability distribution that is a symmetric about the mean, showing that near the mean are more frequent in the occurrence the data far from the mean. So ये normal distributions हैं, guys. You can learn that. What are the advantages of a normal distributions? ठीक है? You can see that because we have already discussed applications of a normal distribution in the education. Okay, the last questions, 10th questions of the C part. What are the benefits of on-demand examination? On-demand examination. So it is done under the NIOS system. Okay, what is a on-demand examination? So we will start our answer from here. National Institute of a Open Schooling System has been working on the concept of on-demand examination, ODE, right, since 2003, right? So what are the benefits of a on-demand examination? So these are the benefits of a on-demand examination. Okay, so 2-3 points we discuss so that you will come to know the concept. First, on-demand examination allows the student to get assessed when he is ready. Readiness depends on the student and not on the institution. On-demand examination means, मतलब वही है ना, already I have cleared you कि our examination system is totally child-centered. When the child is ready, then he can give the exam. This is called the on-demand examination. Guys, if you remember, to under the assessment and evaluations, I have discussed a lot about this thing. What is the role of a teacher? Role of a teacher is not to finish the syllabus. We have to, arousing the, learning capability of the student. We have to go according to the student. We have to go according to the attitude, aptitude, knowledge, level, intelligence of the student. Right? So when the student wants to give the exam, we have to take the exam. Student is not bound. Right? Because yahi to hua na, since independence up to 70 years, 75 years, okay, we are not getting the skilled, manpower. Then guys, up to the 75 year, was the role of the teacher? What was the role of teacher? And look about the other countries. Within a 60, 70 years, they have become the so developed. है ना? आप ये देखिए. So problem is always it is in the teacher. If I talk about is in the teacher, it means the method of the teacher, the behavior of the teacher, right? The knowledge about teaching methodology of the teacher. So now we are understanding and we are doing flexibility in the examination system, flexibility in each and everything. Guys, so benefits of a on-demand examination, it allows students to get assessed when he is ready. Readiness depend on the student and not on the institution, right? Attempts to remove the threat of a failure in examination, right? Remove frustration, loss of a self-esteem, peer group, depression. Knowledge of a result is almost immediate and success. So I think you have come to know about the on-demand examination as well. Aage bhi points hai. No time restriction. On-demand examination means there should be no time restriction. Student can give exams anywhere in the whole of the years, anytime in the whole of year. Limited subject. Student shouldn't be bound. You have to give the exam of this subject, then you will complete your matriculation. What does it mean? There should be a limited subject. Facility of a credit transfer, selection of subject, result improvement, center for disabled, aged and employed individual. अगर स्टूडेंट डिसेबल्ड हैं, एज्ड हैं, एम्प्लॉयड इंडिविजुअल है, तो वी हैव टू help them make their center. So this all done by the NIOS system, National Institute of Open Learning, right? So this thing we have already discussed now, right? So guys, you can see your 10 questions. Meaning of assessment, done. Purpose, demerits, limitation, significance of a CCE, continuous and comprehensive evaluation, method of finding the midpoint of the class interval, meaning of normal distribution, demerits of mode, quality of question as an examination reform, and benefits of on-demand examination. So thank you so much for this lecture. We have covered totally full syllabus as well as last year paper also, guys, right? Even you can see that in the syllabus also we have already we have covered, right guys? So thank you so much for this lectures, guys, and best wishes for your exam. After 2 days you have to give the exam. Today is 29th, 30 or 31st you have, so then you have to appear on the 1st, right guys? So you should have the admit card. Okay, you can take the click of your admit card. Blue pen you have used already, that. Okay, so thank you so much once again, guys. Thank you so much.